Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Castello, board certified family practice, and today we're going to talk about the HCG diet. So HCG is Human Chorionic Gonadotropin. It is a hormone released by pregnant women. When you become pregnant, the fertilized egg releases HCG hormone, which triggers the corpus luteum in the ovary to secrete progesterone, which then makes the uterus become more fertile and have a better blood supply and to nurture the growing fetus. So when you become pregnant, your body's HCG levels rise, and that's what a doctor can do to test if you're pregnant by either a urine or a blood test, is to check for this HCG hormone elevation, which means that you're pregnant. It turns out when you give people a low-calorie diet and supplement them with HCG hormone, that they actually lose a greater amount of weight and lose more fat as opposed to losing more muscle tissue. So if you look up HCG diet on the internet, it's absolutely controversial. I think the medical community is split about 50-50 as to whether it's beneficial or not beneficial. But the premise of the HCG diet is you take HCG hormone, you do a low-calorie diet, actually 500 calories a day, anywhere from 21 to 40 days duration. You get an apple or a piece of grapefruit in the morning, or just a cup of coffee or tea. You have 3.5 ounces of lean meat or protein at lunch with a fruit or a vegetable. You can have an apple snack. Dinner time, the same thing, 3.5 ounces of chicken or lean meat or fish, and a fruit or a vegetable that are on the approved diet plan. With this, you take HCG. Typical benefits which I see in the office are anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds in a 3 or 4 week course, which is much more than you'd expect from just doing a low-calorie diet. The problem with just dieting and doing ultra-low calories is if you did 500 calories a day, your body would typically go into what I call famine mode. So you shut down your metabolism because your body thinks that there's a famine going on and you don't want to lose weight or starve, so you shut down your metabolism to match that 500 calorie intake, and you remain relatively stable as far as your weight. And that's a great evolutionary plan, and we've talked about cavemen before and what we do to survive, and one of the things we do is go into famine mode when we have a reduced calorie intake. If you think about HCG and pregnancy, probably the one exception to the rule would be as if you're pregnant. So you're pregnant with a baby as a caveman, cavewoman, and there's a famine that goes around and you cut your calories back to 500. You don't want to slow your metabolism. That would be a great time for you to start releasing your fat reserves as energy to keep both your weight and metabolism going, as well as to feed the baby. So if you take HCG with a low-calorie diet, it triggers your body fat stores to release and to give you energy to survive and to not go into that famine mode. You have to be careful about what HCG you get. I would absolutely recommend, if you're going to do HCG diet, you do it under medical supervision through a doctor, because there sometimes have to be supplementations with potassium or magnesium, and this can be done with a blood test. If you buy HCG on the internet, the vast majority of it actually does not even contain HCG hormone. The FDA has cracked down extensively and has made it illegal to be able to sell HCG-containing supplements without a license and without a medical prescription. So if you're buying HCG on the internet, it either actually contains no HCG hormone, or if it actually does, it's coming from an illegal source, and that would be typically something like India, where they take pregnant women and have them pee, and they collect HCG from the pregnant women. And if you are taking HCG hormone, you're getting it from hundreds of women's urine. If you get pharmaceutical grade HCG, it's synthetically produced. It's produced in the United States. It's produced by a pharmaceutical house, and it is certified, and it's pure, and it's not from human origin. It's from synthetic origin. So when I do HCG diet in the office, we use injection therapy, and you do a little tiny shot once a day as part of your therapy. There is a prescription nasal spray which you can do, and there can be some issues with absorption if you've got a cold or other issues. I would not take HCG by mouth. It's not really absorbed consistently, so if you're going to do HCG, do it through a doctor with medical supervision. Guarantee that you're getting your hormone from a reputable pharmacy, and either do injections or nose spray. It can be relatively costly, but if you figure that you're going to lose 15 or 20 pounds in a short time period, that's 4 to 6 months worth of weight loss in a 3 or 4 week time period. once you finish the HCG diet, you stop the shots, and then there's a specific lower carbohydrate diet that you stay on to maintain that you don't lose or don't gain your weight back at the end of the dieting phase. So there's quite a bit involved with it. You do have to do a little bit of research. You absolutely have to do reading. You have to do pre-planning. But for a short-term, rapid weight loss, it can be a great alternative for those that have had trouble losing weight in the past. And I would only do it under doctor supervision because it is very calorie depleted. It can be vitamin depleted, and you may have to add some nutrients to your diet based on what your blood tests show. Dr. Greg Castello, thanks.